Well,
Absolutely.
joining us now for this week's roundtable chat is none other than current University of Oklahoma starting catcher Easton Carmichael. I played with his brother back in the JUCO days, old Braden Carmichael. Got the connection over now with Easton joining us. He was Big 12 freshman team last year, first team. He was off to a hot start, sophomore campaign, hitting 364. How are we doing, man?
Doing well, doing well. I'm excited. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, sir, man. Out there in the Las Vegas already.
Oh yeah, we got here this morning. It was an early morning. I was debating not even going to bed last night. I woke up around like 4 o'clock this morning, and we left the field like 6 a.m. and yeah, we've been going since early morning. So once we
I was
got
about
here,
to say that's a nice dorm room. That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, that looks like a sweet dorm room.
No, they put us up in a nice hotel. We're at a JW Marriott here on TPC golf course. So it's a nice little deal we got going out here.
Awesome, man. Well, we'll get kind of going right off the bat for everyone kind of watching. Just kind of share a little bit about your journey in baseball, for obviously kind of going through the high school ranks and then now to your second year over at OU.
Yeah, I mean, I played high school at Prosper High School, and just north of Dallas. If anybody knows where Frisco's at, it's just north of Frisco. I played there. Played summer ball with Dillon Dodgers, and from there, it was about my sophomore year. I get an opportunity to commit to the University of Oklahoma, and it's kind of where I've wanted to go. And so when it came along, I was like, yeah, that's we're gonna lock that down. And so that's what happened, and committed about the first weekend into my sophomore year of high school, and from there, the rest of the history. Go on, have a solid high school season and our high school career, and get to OU. And luckily enough, I got to play a year with my brother, which was sweet. I wouldn't have traded that for anything. And yeah, had a good, solid freshman year, and now we're starting sophomore season, and it's been going well.
Yeah, man, that's cool. What aspects of your game do you feel like you've improved on the most since you started playing college ball?
I'd say mostly mentally. Obviously, the different level of grind and toll it takes on your body from high school. I mean, high school, you're playing 2 times a week. I mean, you're playing on, at least my season, we were only playing Tuesday nights and Friday nights. Well, all that extra time in between, you could rest, you could recover, and be ready to go by your next game. Well, now, I mean, you're playing one midweek, maybe two at times, and then you're playing 3 on the weekend of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And so the turnaround time is a lot quicker. And so it's how to prepare yourself, because there's going to be days where you're not going to be motivated to play because you're beat up, dig deep mentally, and just perform best. You're not feeling very good.
Thanks. Yeah. And again, joining us is current University of Oklahoma catcher Easton Carmichael. I know you kind of hit on what probably is going to be your most memorable moment in playing with your brother. What besides that do you think is the biggest, the most memorable moment that you've had so far?
I mean, yeah, you can't ignore that. I mean, playing with Braden was awesome the first year. But then another big memory I have is, I mean, I can go down the list. I mean, last year there's a slew of them. I mean, hitting my first collegiate home run in front of my home crowd in Frisco. So that was pretty cool. I had a bunch of family and friends and just people I knew from the high school days there watching me. So to do that in front of them was awesome. To alumni weekend in Norman, when my dad threw out the first pitch, my brother throws like 7 innings, gets the win, and I hit a home run, and all in the same day. That was pretty cool. And then even hitting a home run in a regional, which is pretty cool as a freshman. So, I mean, I can go down the list, go on and on about just good memories I had last year, but those were definitely probably the top 3.
For sure. Your dad played at OU too, right?
Yeah, he played and then he coached a little bit too. But
Okay.
yeah,
That's
he
what I thought.
was on a College World Series team in the early '90s and was a strength coach on the national championship team.
Gotcha. All right. So you kind of talked about last year's team a little bit already, but what would you say is kind of the biggest difference in this year's squad? I know you got a bunch of new guys in on the team this year, especially when it comes to the arms and the pin. So what was kind of the biggest difference from this year's team compared to last year's? And then also kind of just how you're seeing the game. Obviously, freshman year can be a little bit of just a kind of wake up call. Like you said, it's just a different type of game. What's kind of changed for you going into your sophomore year?
So firstly, with the team and the differences, I mean, I think physicality is a lot different. I mean, we got bigger guys, stronger guys, faster guys. I mean, you can go on the offensive side. I mean, you can go Snyder, Frederick. I mean, you got a bunch of guys who are just a lot bigger than what we had physically last year. So there's definitely a presence that those guys bring offensively to the field and to the lineup. And then depth wise on the mound, I think we're a lot deeper with guys that are a lot just better. I mean, I think the guys that we have this year were way deeper with higher end arms and higher end stuff. I think what we've seen, especially through this first 7 games, I think it is 7 or 8 games that we've played, is guys also have a lot like tougher of a mindset and a stronger mentality of I'm gonna come right at you and you're not gonna do anything about it. And so I mean, those that mentality mixed with power arms that we have that's a big difference in what we had last year. And then on the second part of uh, of just like my mindset in second year of college baseball, um, it's mentality. I think I go into this with knowing that I had a good freshman year, but that year's over with. It's in the past. You start the year with new stats. Everything's clean slate. You have a stepping stone you can build off of, but understand that it's a new year that you have to go out perform and now people have a book on you. Now guys know who you are, and so it's just there's going to be a little more challenge there that you just have to understand that whatever it is, you're just going to have to continue to work day in and day out and try to perform the best to your ability and understand that it gets harder. It only gets harder from here. I mean, after this, obviously professional baseball, it gets harder there. So it's just like continue to grind and continue to work and understand that some days you're going to have it and some days you're not, but it's to try to minimize those good days versus bad days.
Yeah, for sure. And you shouted out your high school. So, what advice would you give a current high school player looking to play baseball at the next level?
Don't beat yourself up. I mean, I deal with it at times too of beating myself up and trying to be so hard on myself and be a perfectionist to a point, but understand that whatever happens is going to happen, and understand that the work you put in is going to get you where you want to go. I mean, obviously continue to work hard and continue to push yourself and set goals for yourself, but understand at the end of the day, what you do is going to be enough, and understand that the work you put in is preparing you for whatever that may come. And understand too is baseball is a game of failure. I mean, obviously you fail more times than you succeed. So it's one of those where you have to understand that you have to play the game one at a time. Some days you're gonna suck. Some days you're gonna be really good, and that's just the nature of the game. And if you can understand that, the quicker I can get over a bad at bat or even a bad day or game, the quicker you can get back to your good games and get in that mindset of it is what it is. So what, so to speak.
Yeah, that's good. Speaking of that, being a legacy like you are for Oklahoma, did you feel any added pressure like in high school or after you kind of signed, you felt a relief or anything like that?
A little bit. I mean, I was obviously lucky enough and fortunate enough to be an early sign guy. And my recruiting process went really, really fast. I mean, I didn't start talking to schools until the start of that summer going in. So, I mean, I committed within about 3 months of my whole process even starting. So, I mean, that was really fast. And so I don't even think pressure even got to me that quick because of the 3 months. So I don't even think I really understood what was going on. because I knew where I wanted to go so early. Then it was more or less of, right, where you say, all right, you're committed to a college. Well, now let's try to see if we can get drafted. Let's try to see if we can skip college. Well, so I mean, that's where I think I put most of my pressure on myself. Is I was trying to get professional baseball looks instead of understanding, like, man, you're a good enough player. You don't need to try to be somebody different. And that's something that I had to grow through my senior year of high school, and understand that you're who you are. You're a good player. Don't try to be somebody you're not. And that's what that pressure did get to me a little bit. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think I became in the best spot I could to succeed, and I don't look back on any of it.
Yeah. Again, joining us is current University of Oklahoma catcher Easton Carmichael. One question I always ask the guys: what is your major, and what is your plan if baseball in the future doesn't work out, or after you are in the league? What are your plans for after your playing days are over?
Honestly, I hadn't thought about it much.
There you
I mean,
go,
obviously, it's in the back of your head at times, but I always think if you have a plan, or if you don't have a plan B, you work harder on your plan A. So it's like it's in the back of my head. My major, it was management in my coding and stuff. Just from my first, I guess, year and a half of college, I enjoy it. I think it's really fascinating and interesting to me. I just don't think I'll have that much time with practice and whatnot to deal with it. So I actually just recently changed it to sports business, but then I'll have a minor in entrepreneurship.
Nice.
Sports business. There we go. Stand up.
Oh yeah. Braden was telling me about it. He was like, "Oh, that's a good one." I said, "Okay."
Yeah, that's what I'm in right now. So it's pretty chill. So you'll be all right.
Oh yeah,
right there.
Exactly. That's what I was like. I got time to do that.
Exactly.
And luckily enough, I did some college classes in high school. So actually, right now I'm on pace to graduate next spring. So a year from now, which is kind of crazy. So I'm like, all right, that's my draft year. If all goes accordingly, and God willing, I perform and get a chance to play professional baseball after next season, well, I got my degree in 3 years, and I can ride off into the sunset. So we'll just have to wait and see.
That's perfect, man. Well, kind of last question for you before you get out of here. I know you're busy in Vegas. Big weekend for y'all out there.
Mm-hmm.
Who's all out there? Ohio State, Pitt, and who's the other one?
It's Ohio State, Pitt, and Cal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a good one for y'all out there. We're kind of looking back. You kind of talked about the team this year already. What would you say your kind of goals are for yourself this season after such a successful year last year, and then obviously the team goals?
Yeah, I mean, obviously team goals. We're winning the national title. I mean, that's anything short of that is a failure. I mean, everybody wants to win a national title, but that's what we preach here. I mean, we're not just going to get to Omaha. We're winning a national title, and that's our goal as a team. Obviously, yeah, you want to win 40 games. You want to host a regional. You want to do some of these benchmark things. But end goal, win Omaha, win a national title. And that's what we preach day in and day out. And for personal goals, man, it's again, I mean, with a solid freshman year, it's continue to get better. I mean, whatever that is, mentally, physically, whatever that is. I mean, obviously, I want to have the best stats I possibly can, but at the end of the day, I don't get super stat oriented. I just want to continue to develop and look back and saying, all right, I got better this year. Maybe not stats, maybe it was stats, who knows? But it's one of those where, all right, I got better in whatever aspect that may be, whether that's mentally, whether that's physically, but also make a connection with each and every one of my pitchers and my teammates, and understand that the connections I build will last not just this year, but the rest of my life. And so it's one of those that if I continue to focus that way, I feel that stats will continue to come and continue to develop and get better. And then I'll play this game a lot longer than I'm wanting to. So, or not wanting to, but a lot longer than a lot of people
get to, for sure.
Get to. Yeah.
100%. Well, real quick before you get out here, I just thought of one. Obviously your brother being a pitcher, who's kind of won those battles over the years, especially last year with y'all being on the same team?
Well, so more or less, he's gotten me out more times. I'll give him that. I don't think he's ever struck me out, which is good. I know I have had a triple off of him, So I hold that to him. But for a while there, I guess early in the fall last year, he kind of had my number because I get in the box and I'm just looking up there. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
But no, in the spring, early spring last year before the season started, I know I got to him a few times, but I can't say that he struck me out yet. So that's a good thing. But I caught him a bunch too, because it was one of those where Skip would be like, all right, you caught him. You go catch him. You can't hit off of him. I said, oh, that sucks. But no, it was good banter. And I mean, we still talk about it, and he actually just got back to spring training today, actually. So it was fun being with him a lot over the off season and seeing how he goes about his business and talk to him. I mean, I still talk to him a bunch, not about just baseball, just about life. And I stay in touch with him as much as I can, even though I might not see him as much as I want to.
For sure, man. Well, we appreciate you joining us, Easton. Go have a good second year. Enjoy it, man. Go ball out in Vegas this weekend. Have some fun, man.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys have a good one.
You too.
That's it.